Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching another episode of Drag Queen Cooking. Today we're going to be making our second vegan mac and cheese on this channel. I'm really excited. I'm going to be trying Tabitha Brown, the very famous Tabitha Brown with the super soothing voice. That's been, I think, on TikTok and now also on YouTube. We're going to be trying her mac and cheese recipe. It includes butternut squash, potatoes, and actually 2 different types of packaged vegan cheese. So it's really different than the one that I made, and I'll insert a card up here so that you can see it. So I'm really excited to try her version and have some delicious vegan mac and cheese tonight. So without further ado, let's go. First thing we're gonna need is, I have this big butternut squash here, and so Tabitha doesn't actually use measurements in her short video, which I'll include a link to it so that you can actually see it yourself. So everything's gonna be guesstimating. I also saw a video where they kind of guesstimated and did their own version of this, and yeah, a lot of it's just guessing. So I have my butternut squash here, and I have a really gross potato that I've had in my refrigerator for so long that it sprouted, so I'm gonna go ahead and peel this since it's kind of nasty. Now let's go ahead and cut it into pieces. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to see if I can roast it to get more of the flavors out. Another reason why I'm doing that is because I'm afraid that it's not going to cook and become soft enough. You basically put it all into this mush, and then that becomes the cheese of the mac and cheese. So I think I might just roast it at 350 degrees just a little bit to get those roasty toasty flavors in, and then we're going to toss it all together in my Dutch oven. Alrighty, so now we have the squash in the oven right over here, and what I'm going to do now is boil the pasta, because that's what we can do while we're waiting for everything else. Now, I bought 4 of these in bulk, and then Thanksgiving happened, and I think my partner used up most of these to make his dairy-based mac and cheese. So this is all I have left. It's like half a thing, which is not very much, but I guess that just means that there's going to be more of the sauce than the elbows, and I can always go to the store and get more elbows later. I don't really wanna. So what I'm gonna do is basically heat up the water, and once we have the water heated, we're gonna put the elbow pasta in here, and then we're gonna have it to a merry boil. All right, so it still kind of looks the same, but hopefully it's softened up. Definitely lost a nail right there, but luckily I am okay. Jeez. Okay, alright, bring you all up close so that you can kind of see the pot here. So now I'm heating it up to, you know, full heat, and then we're just gonna basically wait for this to go ahead and start boiling. Okay, alright, now we have this over here, and she says basically to put garlic and herbs. So I have my garlic powder over here. It's not very much, but put as much as I can. Ooh. As for herbs, I'm just going to use a little bit Mexican oregano. The spices is smelling really good. I'm going to go ahead and just let this simmer for about 20 minutes. And actually, I think I'll put the top over this so that it can drop the heat and get softer very nicely. So we're gonna do this until it's very, very, very soft. I'm gonna go ahead and see if this is ready. It's looking good. All right, I'm gonna go take this fork right over here. Yeah, that goes right in. So I would say this is ready now. It's ready to be mushed up. So basically I'm gonna take the same colander that I used earlier and go ahead and strain this. And then pretty much you just put everything together back in this pot right then and there. All right, so I poured it in, but Tabitha does want you to put in butter, so it looks like it's a stick of butter. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on top and make sure I swirl it all together. I found this, it's unsweetened vanilla, because I couldn't find anything that was just like non-flavored. I'm like, come on, there's vegans that use this. But hopefully this is mild enough, so I'm just gonna try and copy how much she put in. So the vanilla is actually not gonna work, the vanilla coconut milk, because it smells too strong. I don't want it to make like a vanilla mac and cheese. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and use this Greek yogurt that I have. Everything else will be vegan, so hopefully we'll be getting the essence of that right there. So I'm gonna put about as much as she seemed to be putting right in there. That looks good. And then after that, you put nutritional yeast, which is what you'll find in any sort of vegan mac and cheese. It's just like, it's like a have to at this point, but it gives it that nice texture and that cheesy flavor. And so she just kind of just dumps a ton of it in here. So I'm just, again, I'm copying how much she puts here. Now I'm gonna stir it all in together again. That nutritional yeast definitely gave it that cheesy smell, so I'm really excited about that. Next, you have your vegan cheeses. So you want to add this, and she kind of just puts like a heck load inside. So I think maybe I'm going to use like half the container for both. Go ahead and open this right over here. Ooh. So here goes in the cheddar, and she did specifically use the Daiya brand, so I'm using that too. It is personally a favorite of mine. I love to make these vegan quesadillas that I do, and I just add in this, the mozzarella, and some vegan beef crumbles, add some cilantro. Then I use some of that canned, green sauce, although real is definitely better. And of course with 2 flour tortillas. It's an absolutely delicious kind of like after school type treat thing. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. I can see my partner in the background over there. I think he maybe has smelled the smells and is getting excited for the meal that we're gonna be having. So, okay, that looks like it's enough. Really creamy, really cheesy now. Go ahead and stir this all together. I think I have a wig hair in here, which is kind of gross. My wig is shedding because I just cut this. I actually styled it myself. I really like it. Before it was my Halloween wig, which was big and floofy, but it was a little bit too much. I needed a wig just this height, so I was gonna buy and commission one, but why do that when you can make it yourself? So really happy about that. And next, you're gonna put in a little bit of veggie broth. Now mine is already super smooth and creamy, so I don't think it needs that much, but just for the sake of, following it to the authenticity of Tabitha's recipe, I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little bit in, right? Ooh. Here we go. Woo! Yes. So, ratio's gonna be a little bit off, but it's not really gonna affect the ones that are in there at all. So, oh yes! This is looking amazing. This looks like such real cheese, y'all. I am amazed. I'm gonna put this in a bowl, and then we're gonna go ahead and try this out. Here we go. It's really hot. Wow. There's a punch of flavor. It tastes a lot like cheese, which has got me taken back a little bit because I was not a big fan of cheese back when I, still regularly consumed it. Now I'm not vegan, so I do have it on pizza every now and then, but I've never really liked the cheesiness of cheddar, so usually what I eat is mozzarella. This still has some of that stringiness from the butternut squash, so I think I'm actually gonna cook it a little bit more and, just get some of the lumpiness out, but so far, that's right. So Tabitha recommended having a little bit of paprika on this. So go ahead and do that. Yes. With that paprika, that really hits the spot. And now she says that you can go ahead and bake it, if you want, but I really like this sort of like creamy concoction right over here. I think in terms of mac and cheese, like it's so hard to describe and compare it to my other mac and cheese because that one's easy. It's not creamy like this. You really have to stir it to make sure it covers every part of the noodles. I'll link that recipe down below as well. It's my favorite, but this one might become a new favorite, except for that it is a pain to cut that butternut squash. So I would say the taste is better. The taste is really good. I don't know if it warrants the extra work of the butternut squash though. So I would say with that part, this is more like a special every once in a while, whereas my other mac and cheese recipe, I could honestly just like make it every like Friday or something. It's not hard to make. All you need is one blender. But overall, this is just like a bowl of love. I'm really excited that Tabitha shared this recipe with us. I will be making it in the future, probably for a special, you know, event like Thanksgiving. I really enjoyed this. Me and my partner are gonna go watch some anime now and have some delicious mac and cheese. And if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give a like, consider subscribing, leave a comment if you'd like, suggesting what other recipes you'd like me to try. We're a really small channel right now, but I'm just really excited to share my little creations and my little attempts with the world. So let me know if you're out there, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.